Shabbat Shalom to each of you.
Shabbat
Welcome.
Shalom.
It was nice to welcome you last night, and it's good to see many of you this morning. If it's your first time at Congregation Beth Israel or in our Jewish Sabbath service, the prayer book is in front of you, and you'll find in the pages, you'll see Hebrew, English translation, English transliteration, and commentaries. All of the commentaries help all of us, even those of us who are familiar with the prayers, to find new meaning in what we share today. But as this is the Sabbath day, it's a day of rest. So we take this hour not only to welcome Tommy to the Torah as a bar mitzvah, growing up in the midst of the Jewish community, but we also set aside all those things that distract us from the Sabbath day. So I would ask you to refrain from using your cell phones for any reason today. No pictures during the service, no texting if you can help it. And together we'll share our prayers and our songs as we celebrate this sacred day, this Sabbath day. Now it's a privilege to invite Cantor Feibush to open our service with us in song.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
our prayer book now. We continue on page 75 at the top.
May the one whose spirit is with us in every righteous deed be with all who work for the good of humanity and bear the burdens of others, and who give bread to the hungry, who clothe the naked, and take the friendless into their homes. May the work of their hands endure, and may the seed they sow bring abundant harvest. Turn to page 108 for Baruch. Please rise.
Please rise. Thank you.
Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Page 110. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer or uvoreh choshech oseh shalom uvoreh et hakol hameir la'aretz valadarim elecha be'archamim uvtuvo mechadesh bechol yom tamid ma'aseh v'reshit ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai kulam bechochma asita ma'a ha'aretz kinyanecha tit barach Adonai Eloheinu al shaveach ma'aseh yadecha ve'al me'orei or shi asita yafa'arucha selech or chadash al tzion ta'ir v'nizkeh hulanu menehera le'oro Baruch atah Adonai yotzer hamorot. We continue on page 113. Love your neighbor as yourself, he said, and light blinded we saw. The inner and outer worlds are one, as you're one. You spoke and we wrote. We reached for you down the centuries, your light moving before us. As we climbed, fell back, and climbed again, your Sinai of life. Baruch atah Adonai, chabocher ba'amo Yisrael be'ahava. Page 114.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated. Page 116. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol lavavecha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'elech asher anohi metzavecha hayom al levavecha veshinantam lavevanecha vedibarta bam veshitecha bavetecha uvletecha vaderech uvlesholecha uvkumecha ukshartam leo al yodecha vehayu letotofot beinenecha uktaftam al mezuzot betecha uvisharecha leman tiskeru vehasitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim leloechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher yotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem lelohim ani Adonai Elohechem. We read together in the middle of the page. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. Adonai Elohechem Emet. Please turn to page 121. Emet. There is no place where you are not. Even in the wilderness, there is your word. Emet. That pen strokes of lightning, white fire, black flame, stir the soul's passion, guide our sacred way, true and enduring as Torah. Your truth for us is certain and established, now and forevermore. Like Moses, Miriam, and all Israel, we sing out and rejoice. Page 122. Rock of Israel, rise in support of Israel, and redeem Judah and Israel as you promised. Our Redeemer, Adonai Tzavot, is your name. Blessed are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. We continue now with our tefillah on pages 124, 126, and 128. Please rise. Adonai sefatayv tifta ufiya gitechilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzhak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'Konei Hakol, Ve'Socher Chazdei Avot Ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, L'man Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Umashiach Umagen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atah, Rav le'loshia, Mechachel hayim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, Somech nofim uvecholim, Umatzir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato Livshenei Afar, Micha Mocha Bal Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit, Umechaye, Umatzia Yeshua, Neaman Atah Lechayot Hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye Hakol. We read together in the middle of page 128. You are forever mighty, Adonai. You give life to all. You sustain life through love, giving life to all. Through great compassion, supporting the fallen, healing the sick, freeing the captive, keeping faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, source of mighty acts? Who resembles you, a sovereign who takes and gives life, causing deliverance to spring up and faithfully giving life to all? Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Page 130.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאיך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, אלוהי הארץ, אדיר אדירנו אדוני אדוננו מדיר שמך בכל הארץ ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו אחד הוא אלוהינו הוא אבינו ומלכנו הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון, לדור ודור. הללויה, לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
To all generations we will declare your greatness, and for all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Please be seated. Page 132.
שבת, תשמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. מקדשי שביעי שבת, כולם ישבעו מפרטו בטובך השבת. תשמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. השביעי רצית בו וקידשו שבת. חמדת ימים אותו קראת שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. למעשה בראשית שבת, זכר למעשה בראשית שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת.
Page 133. We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happens once upon a time happens all the time. Page 135. We offer thanks, O God, for this Shabbat which unites us in faith and hope, for Shabbat holiness which inspires sacred living, for Shabbat memories glowing even in darkness, for Shabbat peace born of friendship and love. We offer thanks and blessing, O God. Baruch atah Adonai mechadesh haShabbat. Page 137. On this holy Shabbat, may we draw near to life, to peace, and to joy. May we find true rest, holiness in our deeds, worth in our study of Torah. Let us feed on the love of goodness. Let us drink from the love of goodness, restrain our thirst for excess, and cleanse our hearts to serve life well. On this holy Shabbat, may we draw near in life and peace and in joy. Page 138. Modim anachnu lach, she'atahu Adonai Eloheinu, ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu leolam va'ed. Tzur chayenu, magen yishenu, atahu lador v'dor. Nodeh lacha unsapir techilatecha, al chayenu hamsurim bayadecha, ve'al nishmotenu hapkudot lach. Ve'al nivsecha shebchu yom imanu, ve'al niflotecha ve'tovotecha shebchol et erev vavoker ve'tzohoraim. We read together in the middle of the page. We acknowledge with thanks that you are Adonai, our God and the God of our ancestors forever. You are the rock of our lives and the shield of our salvation in every generation. Let us thank you and praise you for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your care, and for your miracles which we experience every day, and for your wondrous deeds and favors every time of day, evening, morning, and noon. O good one, whose mercies never end. O compassionate one, whose kindness never fails. We have forever put our hope in you. For all these things, O sovereign, let your name be forever praised and blessed. O God, our Redeemer and Helper, let all who live affirm you and praise your name in truth. Blessed are you, Adonai, your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Page 140. Grant peace, goodness, and blessing, grace, kindness, and mercy to us all and all your people Israel. Bless us, our Creator, all of us together, through the light of your presence. Truly, through the light of your presence, Adonai our God, you give us Torah of life, the love of kindness, justice, blessing, mercy, life, and peace. May you see fit to bless your people Israel at all times, at every hour, with your peace. Praise to you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel with peace.
Shalom, tova uvracha, chen v'hesed v'rachamim v'rachamim aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol Yisrael amecha, barcheinu yotzreinu kulanu ke'echad, ve'or panecha, ki ve'or panecha natata lanu, Adonai Eloheinu. Shalom, tova uvracha, chen v'chesed v'rachamim v'rachamim aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol Yisrael amecha, Torah chayim ve'ahavat chesed, ve'ahavat chesed, u'tzedakah uvracha v'rachamim v'chayim v'shalom. Shalom, tova uvracha, chen v'chesed v'rachamim v'rachamim aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol Yisrael amecha, v'tov be'einecha levarech et amecha Yisrael, b'chol eit u'b'chol shah, Sim shalom, tova uvracha, חסד ורחמים ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל ישראל עמך.
We pray silently.
Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
In our prayer book now, we turn to page 244 as we prepare for the reading of Torah. Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai v'ein kama'asecha malchutcha malchut kol olamim u'memshaltecha b'chol dor v'dor. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai oz le'moiten, Adonai varech et amo v'ashalom. There is none like you among the gods, Adonai, and there are no deeds like yours. You are sovereign over all worlds, and your dominion is in all generations. Adonai reigns, Adonai has reigned. Adonai will reign forever and ever. Adonai will give strength to our people. Adonai will bless our people with peace. It's a privilege now to call to the Bima Janice Wilbur and Carrie Hannigan, who will open the doors of the Holy Ark with us and undress the Torah for reading as well. As we turn now to page 248, we rise.
Avarahim, Heitiv avirtzonecha, et Zion, tivneh omot Yerushalayim, ki echa levad matachu, melech eram v'nisa, Adon olamim.
Avugorel Eloheinu unuchavo la Torah. Let us declare the greatness of our God and give honor to the Torah.
Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, udehar Adonai Yerushalayim. V'yamlu l'Adonai hiti u'neromema shemo yachdav lecha Adonai hagedula v'hagevura v'hatiferet v'hanetzach v'ha'od ki chol v'shamayim u'varetz ki chol v'shamayim u'varetz lecha Adonai ha'mamlacha v'hamitnaseh lechol rosh.
This Shabbat morning, we open the Torah to the book of Exodus, beginning in chapter 32, verse 1, in the portion called Ki Tisa. It's a great privilege to call to the Torah to recite the blessings as we give thanks to God for its gifts. Martin Wasserman and Paul Wasserman. Martin. Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam V'Ahed.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam V'Ahed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'nosan lanu Torah sames. Baruch Atah Adonai notein ha'Torah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayar ha'am ki voshesh Moshe la'redet min ha'har vayikahel ha'am al Aharon vayomru elav kum aseh lanu Elohim asher yehu lefanenu ki zeh Moshe ha'ish asher he'elanu me'eretz Mitzrayim lo yadanu mehayalo. Vayomer alechem Acharon porku nismei hazahav asher be'oznei neshechem b'nechem uvnotechem vayaviu elai vayiporku kol ha'am et nismei hazahav asher be'oznechem vayaviu el Aharon.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher nosan lanu Torah sames. Baruch Atah Adonai notein ha'Torah.
Amen.
Thank you, Rabbi. Mazel tov.
Martin, why don't you stand right next to Cantor carefully or be seated? And Christine, would you join us?
You can actually be right behind me.
Okay, you stay right here.
You can hold on to me. That's fine. That's fine. Sit down. That's awesome.
And what a delight it is on this Shabbat morning to invite Tommy to recite the blessings, giving thanks to God once more for the gift of Torah as he is called to the Torah as Bar Mitzvah.
Nala amod, habachur bar mitzvah Yisrael chazak.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorah.
Baruch Adonai hamborach leolam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorah leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah. Vayikah miyadam vayatzar oto v'acheret vayasehu egel masecha vayomeru elech Elohecha Yisrael אשר העלוך מארץ מצרים. וירא אהרון ויבן מזבח לפניו ויקרא לאדוני ויאמר הג לאדוני מחר. וישכימו ממחרת ויעלו עולו ויגישו שלמים וישב העם לאכול ושתו ויקומו לצחק. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Shake the cantor.
Sand. Okay.
Be careful stepping down.
Wait. I have to kind of turn around.
Very good. Give everybody a hug. And to assist in dressing the Torah, it's a privilege to invite Max and Estelle Hannigan. Please come forward.
Our Haftorah on the Shabbat comes from Kings 1, chapter 18, verses 20 through 22. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who has chosen faithful prophets to speak words of truth. Praise to you, Adonai, for the revelation of Torah, for your servant Moses, and for your people Israel, and for your prophets of truth and righteousness. Ahab called all Israel together and gathered the prophets at Mount Carmel. Elijah stepped forward and said to the people, "How long are you going to hop between two opinions? If the Eternal is God, follow the Eternal. If Baal is God, follow Baal." The people made no answer. Then Elijah said, "I am the only prophet of the Eternal left, and there are 450 prophets of Baal." Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, rock of all creation, righteous one of all generations, the faithful God, whose word is deed, who creates by speaking, whose every command is just and true, for the Torah, for the privilege of worship, for the prophets, and for this Shabbat, that you, Adonai our God, have given us, for holiness and rest, for honor and glory, for everything, Adonai our God. We thank and bless you. May your name be blessed forever by every living being. Praise to you, Adonai, for the Sabbath and its holiness. Okay, and for my Devar Torah, my portion is Kititza from the book of Exodus. We read about Moses up on Mount Sinai getting the first set of holy tablets containing the 10 Commandments from God. Moses was gone for 40 days. After a long time of waiting, the Israelites felt worried because they didn't expect Moses to be gone for so long, and they were anxious that Moses wouldn't come back. So the Israelites asked Aaron, Moses' brother, to build a substitute for God. They felt leaderless. The people thought it would help if they paid homage to God. To do this, the Israelites gathered up all their gold rings and brought them to Aaron. Aaron used this gold to create a golden calf for the people. The Israelites then had a festival around the golden calf. They brought burnt offerings and proclaimed, "Here is your God, O Israel, who has brought you out of the land of Egypt." Before Moses left the mountain, God said to Moses, "The Israelites are defying my commandments, and I should kill them now as punishment." Moses talked God out of doing this, by saying God would not be upholding his promise to Abraham to protect and guard the Israelites if God killed them. During the festival of the golden calf, Moses finished coming down from Mount Sinai with the tablets. When Moses witnessed the festival, he got angry and smashed the holy tablet he was holding. Moses then burned the golden calf, powdered the melted gold, and made all of the Israelites drink it. Afterwards, Moses gathered all the people together and said, "All who are with God, come to me." And the men who said they didn't take part in the creation of the golden calf, who were of the tribe of Levi, including Aaron, came to Moses. Moses then said to them, essentially, "Anybody who is not on my side, which is God's side, kill them. Your family, your friends, your neighbors, if they are not standing with me." That night, God plagued all of Israel with a worse plague than all of the Egyptian plagues. The lesson my Torah portion conveys is that your superiors are not always correct in understanding your viewpoint. The Israelites had no chance to defend themselves and their actions. From my point of view, the creation of the golden calf was not entirely sinful. Moses and God both saw this as a sin, but I see it as a physical representation of God, not a false God. Once the golden calf was created, Torah notes that the Israelites said, quote, "Here is your God, O Israel, who has brought you out of the land of Egypt." I think this is important because the Israelites did not see the golden calf as something that was a different God, but just a representation of the one God. As Moses has taught them, God is all things, so why not a golden calf? Furthermore, I don't think God or Moses was correct about the punishment for this act. The punishment does not at all fit the crime. The crime of trying to give your thanks to God in a physical form. The punishment for the creation of the golden calf was death by your own neighbor or family member, even though the tribe of Levi and Aaron were just as responsible for making the golden calf as all the other tribes. Moses did not punish them. This is yet another reason why I feel that Moses was incorrect. Moses and God should not have expected, after the Israelites spent a lifetime in Egypt, a lifetime of seeing idols as part of how they were raised, that the people could change their ways in a short month's time. One commentator notes that one single religious experience, however profound, is not capable of changing people from idol worshippers into monotheists. Only prolonged disciplining in the laws of Torah, directing every movement of their existence, could accomplish that. This means that people don't change overnight. And I agree with this statement. You need to have patience and wait a while for people to change their habits, customs, and beliefs. They must practice. Also, when people are stressed, it is very easy to fall back into old habits. Moses and God were clearly wrong that the Israelites could have the capacity to change their entire religious belief system in 1 month. After all, they're just people, no matter what experiences they've been through. I think God and Moses did not show patience and understanding toward the Israelites. One thing that I also think is strange is that nowhere in the text did the Israelites try to stand up for themselves to Moses and argue that they did nothing wrong, or at least explain why they mowed the golden calf and celebrated. After studying my Torah portion, I can now see the importance of having a fair trial and being patient with people's mistakes. This means more to me now as I become a bar mitzvah, because as I get older and have more responsibility, it's good to know that even if someone is your boss or your superior, it does not mean that they are always correct. If they make a quick judgment or a false statement towards you, that is unjust, and there are appropriate ways to act and respond. My mitzvah charity, water.org, helps people around the world who do not have access to free, safe drinking water and proper sanitation. As a result of this, do not have access to education. They're getting very little help from their governments, and personally, I think this is unjust. The individuals suffering cannot fund a campaign to get themselves clean, safe water, and don't have the opportunity to speak up for themselves as individuals. And so I'm helping them by raising money for water.org. I can empathize with this cause because just a few months ago, there was a water shortage in Houston. People had to boil all their water because it was unsanitary. And in just 2 days of having no water, all the public schools were shut down. I can imagine that if you don't have clean, safe drinking water all of the time, you would not have the opportunity to get a good education. To conclude, I'd like to express my gratitude to the world, now that I'm a bar mitzvah, First, I'm thankful for the opportunity I have to become almost anything I want to be in the future, thanks to access to clean water, good education, a safe place to live, and a good chance in life. I am also thankful for my family from Houston and beyond for being amazing. I'm thankful for my cat, my community, my friends, my school, and all the great students and teachers in it. I also want to thank all the people here at Beth Israel who have helped me prepare to become a bar mitzvah. Thank you, Rabbi Lyon, Rabbi Scott, Cantor Feibush, Mike Mason, David Scott, and Miss Debbie. My list could go on, but I'm just going to say I'm truly grateful for most everything that has happened to me in life, even some of the harder times. I've learned that sometimes the worst times in your life make you who you are today, and I'm thankful for that. Thank you, everybody, for being here to celebrate with me. Shabbat Shalom.
Tommy, stay right here.
Okay. No, I'm not going anywhere.
Tommy, you did beautifully today, and I think everybody's faces show what we all feel inside, that we're grateful to you for the young man that you've become. I know that your parents and grandparents are, as we say in Yiddish, kvelling, really overflowing with joy for what we've accomplished together and what you've done for all of us today. You taught us very well from a profound and meaningful Torah portion. The incident of the golden calf in Jewish history still resonates. When we hear the word golden calf, for those of us who know, we remember a special incident that occurred that forever changed the future and history of the Jewish people. But we also learn in another midrash, and there are so many rabbinic commentaries on your portion, is that those tablets that Moses came down the mountain with and shattered also were placed in the Ark of the Covenant with the new tablets too. The broken and the whole. Our whole experience comes with us. Our mistakes, our virtues, everything that we accumulate by way of life's lessons become part of what we are. And I look at you today, strong and able, and I was told that it might be possible, necessary for Tommy to sit through part of the service because he's broken his leg, and one leg is in a boot. But you know what, Tommy? You didn't have to sit down at all. I think you could have carried on if the service continued for another hour. The strength, the resistance, the resilience that you've demonstrated today is a part of your life experiences that you're going to bring forward with you. So in addition to the beautiful lessons we've learned from you today, I hope that you know for yourself that in whatever condition, whatever you face in the future, it's all part of a plan that's unfolding in front of you. You have many personal moral decisions to make for yourself, but it's all part of life. And so those crutches over there, they're just a crutch, as we like to say. But truly, your strength isn't found in those things. It's found in your heart, in your soul, in your hands, and in your head. And when the rabbis taught that when our head and our heart agree, then we're bound to make the right decision. But if we don't make the right decision, we correct ourselves. We make it whole again, and then we find our way where we're intended to go and in the way we're intended to be. So Tommy, there is just so many things that you did today that were just so right, and it's a glimpse into the future that you are going to fill in the future as your parents and grandparents watch and follow you very, very closely. But now not only will you take a healing leg and some crutches you'll need from time to time, but now you have a piece of Torah that will go with you too. And if any Torah portion could have been chosen for you, I couldn't choose better than the golden calf, to remember that sometimes we get overwhelmed with a situation only to rely on faith again to see us through and on to the promised land the Israelites found, but also the promised land that you will find for yourself in your very, very bright future, Tommy. Mazel tov to you. We're so proud of you today. And in honor of what you've done, there are a few things under here that I'm going to take out so that I can give them to you. First, Tommy, a Kiddush cup from the sisterhood, that is the women of Beth Israel. We want you to take this cup, and just as you raised one last night for Kiddush, you'll raise it at your home around the Sabbath table, special occasions, and holidays. This Tommy is a certificate from Kehila High, our community high school program for 8th through 12th graders in the Jewish community. And this is a gift certificate that entitles you to a discount on the cost of a trip to Israel with other high school students in 10th and 11th grade, to return to the place where this all began, where our history continues to unfold, and believe it or not, where a lot of technology and ingenuity takes place too. So that iPhone that you keep in your pocket, a lot of that technology originated in Israel. And this, of course, Tommy, is your bar mitzvah certificate. It says that you really did it. You were called to the Torah. You chanted and taught us very well from the portion called Ki Tisa, and a marvelous memory of this day and what it means to you and to all of us. And now I'd like, if you could, to join Cantor and me. Can you come and walk over here? You got it. I'm so glad. All right, turn and face us. We'd like you to face us and the holy ark behind us, and on this day to extend to you the blessing of old, that it may go well with you today and for many years to come.
Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and protect you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's countenance shine upon you and always be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May God grant you, Tommy, all that you wish for yourself in the future. May it be long life, mitzvah, and a lifetime of peace. Amen. Mazel tov. You want to shake Cantor's hand? Good. Now you can be seated carefully. And now we prepare to return the Torah to the Holy Ark. And once more, I'd like to invite Max and Estelle Hannigan forward to open the doors of the Holy Ark with us. As we raise the Torah now, we rise. Yehalalu et Shem Adonai ki nizgav shemo levado. Let us praise the name of the Lord, for God's name alone is exalted. In our prayer book, we turn to the bottom of page 282 and 287, and we join in Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shapeach la'adon hakol, la'tit gedula liutzed brishit, shelo asanu kegoyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishbechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'goralenu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu koreim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malachei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'nemar v'yaya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz v'yom hahu v'yom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo u'shemo u'shemo
you. Please remain standing. We turn to page 294. As we do, we take this moment to recall members of Tommy's family who are no longer with us in life, but continue to be a source of inspiration to us in our hearts as we remember them. Lovingly, we recall Homer Wasserman, Larry Wasserman, Stanley Wasserman, Anna Zielinski, Chris Choi. In their memory and honor, we recite the words of Kaddish before us. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, v'yamah divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chaechon v'yamechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, b'gala v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam olamei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shmei d'kudusha brichu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiram v'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who causes peace to reign in the high heavens cause peace to reign upon each of us. Amen. Please be seated. Our formal prayers have ended, but our blessings continue, and it's a privilege now to invite Tommy, if you'll come and stand here, and I'd like to invite your parents to come forward to share some personal words with you on this very special day.
Nope, that's not it. Oh, thank you. Tommy, I have counted. You and I have been together for some part of every day except for 13 days in all of your 13 years. So there's really nothing I can tell you that we haven't already talked about. I don't need to tell you how to be a good person. You got that down. But since we're here, I'd like to remind you to be good to yourself. Respect yourself, take care of yourself, and honor your own unique path in life. Trust that there is a place inside you that knows what is best at all times. This isn't just a thing people say. This is true. Trust your heart, trust your gut, and when they speak to you, listen. Listen is the key word here. In order to listen, leave some quiet, open space in you. As difficult as it is, please don't fill all that space with noise and 5G and NPCs. You'll miss some good things. That's all I have, those 3 suggestions. Respect yourself, leave some quiet space inside you, and listen to yourself. And then everything will fall into place. I can tell what you're thinking right now. You're thinking, I got this, Mom. And I know you do. Love you.
All
right, I got a speech too. Tommy, here we are. I'm Gespilkis, what the heck? A moment in time that symbolizes this transition. This is a transition from boy to man. This is from a Jewish perspective. Are you feeling manly yet? I mean, is this happening? Are you ready? Am I or your mom ready? I think so. As a father, I'm just happy to be here with you. Not just now, but every moment. But these moments will change, as will you. And these stories from the Torah that we read today and you helped interpret for us will change. These particular stories are over 5,000 years old, but there are others that are apparently billions of years old, that we are part of some cosmic explosion that's unfolding as we take photons in from some particular shining hydrogen fusion reactor that's held together by a mysterious force called gravity, which formed this rock that we are living on to convert chemical reactions into biological reactions into conscious beings that can then contemplate the story of a number of stories
which we can then choose to create and believe or not. I mean, is it any crazier to think that we are living in a slow motion explosion versus the conscious decision of an omnipotent entity? Or even aliens spreading DNA across galaxies like fractal dandelion seeds? See, I got the fractal in there. It's all nuts, buddy. And none of us know what's really true. You just have to have faith in some version of it all. I got 2 pages. Yet there do seem to be timeless approaches that will help as we explore the unknown: curiosity, gratitude, compassion, love, and importantly, play. And you know what? Luckily enough, you were born with all these traits. Your mom and I did not have to instill these gifts. They have arisen in you naturally. Therefore, my wish for you as you transition from child to man is you remember these qualities as true gifts. The inevitability of time is always with us, and growing into and becoming an adult comes with words like responsibilities and duties. But that does not mean you need to shed these beautiful and, dare I say, childish gifts of curiosity and play. In fact, continue to grow them despite the realities of chores and responsibilities and studies and work, etc., which will increase for you as you move into adulthood. So yes, you'll need to start to act like an adult, but it's all good for you to still think like a kid. Love you very much.
And let's come together with cantor so that we can participate in the blessings over the wine and challah. Tommy, let's lead your parents here. Thank you, cantor. And so we can all share in these blessings. Let's rise. We'll ask Tommy to hold the Kiddush cup as we recite the blessing together. Baruch atah Adonai,
Eloheinu melech haolam,
Borei peri hagafen. Amen. Very nice. And the challah, a beautiful symbol of a beautiful home filled with sustenance and everything you need to go from strength to strength. As you hold the plate, we can join you in the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Tear a piece off and have a piece. Marvelous. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Good Shabbos.